to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel. Like and subscribe and leave your comments, whether positive or negative. Much love to everybody out there. You know what I mean? I know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church, so please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines. You understand that? So we're here to talk about some things that's going on in the news and whatnot. If y'all got anything that y'all want to add on to this, news situation, feel free to leave it in the chat room. We will be having a discussion later on around 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Shout out to everybody who's going to catch this live now, those who are going to catch it in the middle, and those who are going to catch it when it uploads to YouTube. Shout out to all y'all out there. For sure. What's up to Courtney M? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with your Courtney M. What's up? Courtney M says, is this story out of California? Let me pull out my file. He said California. What's up to Gino P? Shout out to you. What's up to BZ? Shout out to BZ. Shout out to all right, Gino P. Appreciate that, Gino P. Appreciate that. For sure, for signing up for that Golden Glove thing, man. It's greatly appreciated for those out there. What is that? The membership. Sometimes I forget what it is, a super sticker or membership or whatever the case may be. But I definitely appreciate that, Gino P. What's up to Georgina Flemings? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. One of my channel moderators, to both of my channels and whatnot. You understand? Says Shalom. Gino P says, I still got family in NYC, but I had to leave the Bronx. There was a story that I watched, Lisa Everett's. It was about a gang. I'm pretty sure you heard about it. That a lot of them got arrested and whatnot. I didn't finish watching it fully, but it was a gang out of the Bronx that was just recently arrested. I think Hassan Campbell did something on it too, and whatnot. They showed the individuals coming out, being arrested, acting, ratchet and ghetto. But I didn't get a chance to finish it off, but I did see that story and whatnot. If you know anything about that, Gino P. All right. What's up to Nicole Martin? Another one of my channel moderators. Appreciate that. Appreciate that support and the effort that you're putting in on these YouTube channels and whatnot. Nicole Martin, appreciate that. All right. What's up to I saw somebody else. 10 Ninja, shout out to you. What's up to Tanya Bond, Prodigal Son? Another one of my channel moderators, DJ Grant, also. He says, what's going on? He said, this is crazy. What's up to M Hall? Shout out to you. What's up to Express? Absolutely, man. So somebody told me about the story with this 8-year-old girl. The girl was 8 years of age. And the story reads, 8-year-old unalives male teacher in the U.S. The story is out of Detroit, Michigan. So Mr. Ham, I believe he's from that area and whatnot. Maybe he'll come on and, pretty sure you probably heard about the story of an 8-year-old unaliving her teacher with a firearm and whatnot. You know what I mean? 8-year-old was named, Quiana Hudson. Brought her father's firearm to school and unalived her 56-year-old gymnastics teacher, Jim Turner, at Ford Elementary School in Detroit. Now, many may say, wow, an 8-year-old handling a firearm. Now, in order to handle a firearm, you must have been trained or something like that. You must have seen somebody close to you or anything like that. There's no way in the world, you can get a firearm and what have you. And most likely, it probably was like a Glock type of gun. You understand that? It could have been, because ain't no 8-year-old could carry a rifle and get into school. Let's be clear. I'm just taking a wild guess. Ain't gonna be no big gun. You understand that? Ain't gonna be no big gun at all. An 8-year-old knowing how to handle a firearm and only shooting 2 times at that. 2 times and actually handling the gun. All right. It says, according to reports, Turner had summoned Quiana to his office during the gym class, and shortly after, two gunshots rang out, sending students fleeing in terror. So the story came out not too long ago. This website is leadership .ng. All right. It said the school security personnel rushed to the scene to find Turner unalive with wounds to his thigh and chest. She knew where to shoot, huh? The chest and the thigh? Wow, an 8-year-old. Yay high. Yay high know where to shoot in the chest. Wow. All right. It said arrived and took the little girl into custody at the police station. The little girl disclosed that Turner had been inappropriately touching her and threatened to harm her life if she reported the abuse. Fearing for her safety, she retrieved her father's gun from under a mattress and brought it to school for security footage. Cooperated Kwana's account showing Turner regularly taking her into his office. Wow. The parents were expected to face charges related to Turner's death. Okay. The community is sharply divided over the incident, with some expressing skepticism about the little girl's stories, including teacher a teacher by the name of Lorianne Jacobs, who witnessed the aftermath. I've knew Jim for years. He was not that kind of man. Out of here. Get out of here. Lorianne Jacob, you trying to take up for this pedophile? Here it is, the police, they got proof that the man was bringing a little girl in the office or trying to come in the office, and more evidence. And you still try to take up for this fella? Lorianne Jacobs, they ought to fire that teacher. How about that? Lorianne, if you watching, if you see an algorithm, Jim Turner, you know what I mean? You deserve to be fired for that remark. You understand? If you're going to take up for a pedo. You know what I mean? It says if he was hurt her, she did what she had to do to protect herself. One of them remarked. One of them. Not Lorianne Jacobs, huh? Now, what do y'all say about this situation? What do y'all say about this situation? If you got a grown man, a gymnastics teacher, you know, doing pedo style with an 8-year-old and whatnot. And the 8-year-old, you know, she decided to get her father's firearm or whatever the case may be, and, you know, put some lead in him, and what have you. What is y'all take on that? You know, I think the other day somebody was trying to justify rights unaliving people. There's no such thing. You understand that? You still will be accountable at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So let me know what y'all think about it, and whatnot. So the little girl got her father's firearm. It's very interesting. They try to charge the parents. Wow. It's a tough one right there, man. All right. Where we at now with these comments? What's up to D Nicole? Shout out to you. All right. Fleming says 8-year-olds should be catching a ball, tying their shoelaces, but unaliving. I agree with that. But when you got a grown man, a professional teacher, that's been inappropriately touching and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and threatening a little girl that he will unalive her if she was to go back and tell. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts about that at Georgina? All right. CM says kids learn how to hunt early when they have hunter parents. He says the 8-year-old knows how to handle a pedo. Oh, man. It was self-defense to a child. I think she felt unprotected, Courtney M. stated. You say, yes, the girl is a minor. The parents own the firearm. They will be charged. That's law. Very interesting. What's up to Sister David? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Fleming says, parents, stop leaving your children to be in seclusion with men. Wow. I mean, that was school. That was school. And me personally, I don't even like my children going to school unless if I was a teacher there or something at the school. You know what I mean? If teachers was to get paid a certain amount, I would do it. I would be at the same school my kids are at. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Or homeschool. A lot of people homeschool in these days because of situations like this. You can't really trust. In fact, you can't trust nobody in that system. Nobody. You know what I mean? What's up to E? Shout out to you. Fleming says, I didn't know the entire story until you said to Lori. All right, cool, not a problem. All right. Nicole Martin says, I think the little girl might have seen her parents use a gun because these days kids learn things very fast by just watching. Not only that, but getting a firearm into the school, securing a firearm so it don't go off. And if the firearm had a safety feature on it, I didn't know how to take it off. You know what I mean? What, the school don't have metal detectors? Wow. How did a child, you know what I mean, get the firearm in there? And in the gym class at that. Wow. All right. Courtney M says, parents these days can go online to get teacher's certificate. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like, you know, I was thinking about doing physical education, like a gym teacher or something like that. You know, but some parents do homeschooling, or they hire a family member or something like that to homeschool. You know, or some parents work from home and they have a homeschooler there. You know what I mean? Aaron Michaels says, what is the legal age for a consensual relationship? Each state has different laws. What does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with it? It's an 8-year-old. You're asking a question about relationships. What? I don't care about no state laws. This is an 8-year-old. What? The man said, what is the legal age for consensual, you mean consensual? You said consensuous relationships. I ain't thinking about that. What I look like? Oh man, the state of North Carolina, the age limit is, the minimum age is 15. Wow. If she get her parents' consent, wow. No way. No way. Even when I was young, I ain't want no young chick. No way. He said he worried about the minimum age, consensual. What? No way, man. Stop it. You're right though, but in this situation, come on, man. You making it seem like if the age was 8 over there in Detroit, Michigan, it's okay. That's what you're making it seem like when you ask that question, Aaron Michaels. You made it seem that way. You know what I mean? You gotta fix yourself up, man. You gotta fix yourself up. You know, because I ain't thinking about no oh man, what's the age in the state of North Carolina that I could date a young chick? 14 with her parents' consent? Oh no. No way. You know what I mean? No way. You know? Wow. Wow, man. Wow. You give me pedo vibes right now. Just like Keith Walker. Keith Walker? You give me pedo vibes right now. No way. hypothetically speaking, since you asked that question, Aaron Michaels, if the age was 8 years of age, right? You think it's right? It's some states in some countries in some areas of the world that do consent to that age. Certain states in America, 14, 15, 16, with parental consent. You know what I mean? So you're right about that. But in this instance, you're making it seem like if she was of age, state law-wise, it's okay. It ain't okay. Any state that allows or consent for a little girl to be okay to date a man older than 18 or over, that's still sick. That's sick. You understand that? Real sick. Folks, man, the Bible says obey the laws of the land. No, not that one. Not that one. You understand? I ain't even interested in a 20-year-old. You understand that? Not even that. You understand that? When I was young, I didn't want a 20-year-old. You know what I mean? Any grown man looking at little girls, you got another thing coming when you go to prison. You know what I mean? You got another thing coming, for sure. Because they don't like that in there. And folks don't like it out here. Even if you say something like that, Mr. Aaron Michaels, all that stuff is documented. So if you happen to go to prison one day, you know, people in prison watch YouTube. They watch YouTube. They watch these stories. They watch the YouTubers talk about stories like this. And if you happen to go to prison, Aaron Michaels, let me see your paperwork, man. Let me see your paperwork. Where you from? Was you on that YouTube channel right there? Did you say that? Be careful what you say on here, man. You understand? Be careful. You know? Because that was a sick question right there, man. I gave you an opportunity to clear yourself up. You ain't say nothing yet. Wow. What a question, man. What a question. You giving me Brother Polite vibes. You giving me Brother Polite vibes. Seriously. What's up to Kirk Ellis? Shout out to you. Sister David says, it's sad that you can't trust your children with those who are supposed to be an educator and mentor for your students. Child in the class with a predator. And you know what? A lot of them, they like to get those type of professions. You know, some are police officers. Some are teachers. Some even lie to the people and manipulate the whole congregation to become a pastor. You understand that? Because they know folks is vulnerable to allow children to be around them. You know what I mean? It's tough, man. This trust is very thin out here. Very thin. You know, my kids go to a daycare out here in North Carolina. It's up the block. They got one, I don't know if they call them a teacher or something like that. I don't trust none of them. You understand that? I don't care if you look wrong. You look a certain way. Ain't no playing around. Give me a hug. No. No way. None of that. Wrong with you. You understand? The man, sometimes he look, I don't know. Don't look too hard, brother. You know? Don't look too hard. You know? All right? What's up to Ernest Beard? Shout out to you. Tyree says, all these women out here and you choose a child? Greetings, brothers and sisters. Absolutely, man. I don't get them, man. You're right. All these fine, grown women out here? Really? A grown man, your interest is in a little child? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Man. The man died in sins. The man he called the little girl to the classroom. Of course, when he normally called to the classroom, he inappropriately touches her. So he had the intentions to do that again, right? And she unalived him. Wow. Wow. Died lost. You understand that? Died lost. Man. You know what I mean? He says guns don't hurt people. Crazy people with guns hurt people. Mercy Carr, what up? Shout out to you. What up to NGR? He says kids used to get deleted at a huge rate in car bike accidents. You said skateboards, but they all have helmets. Now the firearm deletes are nature's way of balancing the nature. I don't get it. Courtney M says she may be charged as a minor, the 8-year-old, but her parents will definitely be charged. They are owners of the unalive weapon. Well, I believe the little girl is going to have a lot of supporters. You understand? I believe that's going to happen. You know, of course, the scripture says, thou shalt not kill. It speaks about murdering and whatnot. I know an individual, it was discussing that the other night or a couple of days ago last week. Whether those folks want to call it righteous murder or righteous killing, thou shalt not. You still got to repent. You know what I mean? But, you know, the man was inappropriately touching her. Once again, the man was inappropriately touching her. Simple as that. I don't feel sorry for fellas like him. I don't. You understand that? I don't at all. All right? Fleming says, pervs is all over the place. These stories of doctors being charged with drugging and assaulting patients. Some men when desperate. Wow. Doctors. A lot of y'all women, in fact, all y'all women who go to that doctor, you know, start with a G. You know what I mean? Careful. Understand? You're right. It's a lot of doctors drugging women and you know, doing the do. That's sad, man. That's sad. You understand? All right? Where we at? What's up to Zuzu? Shout out to you. All right. Mercy Carr says something wrong with that person. No child is worth anything to do that too. Absolutely. What's up to Ever Faithful Podcast? You funny. What's up to Tyree? He says, man, that's how he says, man, that's wild that people even look at kids that way. I'll never do that. I love kids too much, man. I wish a man would look at my daughter like that. DJ Grant says, I just heard this. I'm cleaning and heard that foolishness. So if the law says it's okay to be with a 3-year-old, it's logically okay? No, it's not. That's very strange. Wow. Let me see. I'm trying to look up something right now. What country that is that? Youngest age one can marry. Let me see. Country. Let me see if I can find that. Somebody had pointed that out, so I forgot the country name and whatnot. Man, they got the age of 15 over here in Iraq, I think. Just Iraq, it was one of those countries out where as though they allowed, they said Muslim and Hindu girls can marry at 12. As long as the marriage is not consummated until the girl reaches the age of 15. Wow. 15 years of age. Wow. They crazy, man. Muslim and Hindu girls. Wow. Unreal. All right. Ah, Flemings, you funny, man. Ah, bro, you and Zuzu is funny. What's up to E? Shout out to you. Hope all's well, yo. He said, how about 33? Y'all funny. Oh, wow. Nicole Martin says, oh, you talking to Zuzu. Fleming says, as I was saying earlier, some female surgeons get sexually harassed even by their own colleagues. The world is mentally sick. Yes. And, a lot of women get harassed at work. You know, you got some bosses, you got some male coworkers. They try to make you laugh. They try to joke, try to, the little touches on the shoulder, the little touches here. It just moves up. You understand that? They try to stand behind you. I'm talking about if you work, more so working in the office and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like an office type of setting. Or even if you're working in a warehouse. You know what I mean? You got to do that. Harass women at work. Work is work. Of course, it's possible you can meet somebody, but not that way of trying to harass a woman. If a woman is attractive, she look good and everything, if she look good, hey man, you never know, time will tell. But don't force yourself upon a woman. If she don't want you, she don't want you. Simple as that. If she don't want to talk to you, leave her alone. Even in the churches, there's some good looking women. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of good looking women at First Church. It is. Beautiful woman. But guess what? You got to know your boundaries. Do not harass a woman. If a woman don't want to talk to you, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Simple as that. She don't want you. You know what I mean? You could try. Leave her alone. You understand? She may not be interested in you in whatever way. Simple as that. Or maybe over time, she might have a change of heart later on. You don't know. You understand? But leave her alone. These fellas, stop harassing these women out here. They don't want to talk to you. That's it. You lost. Take an L and move on. I've taken a lot of L's in my past. I've taken a lot of L's. A lot. I remember this one time back in 2000 and, I don't know, maybe 11 or something like that. Man, I was out there, at the train station in Jersey. I thought I had it. Man, I thought I had it. Whew. It was a fine woman. She said, sir, what time is it? I told her time and I said, can I talk to you? She said, no. Man. Whew. I didn't go harass her. Listen, I took that on the chin. Boop, and I kept it moving. I kept it moving, being a youngster. But I didn't harass her, even as a youngster. You know what I mean? You take it on the chin, you keep it moving. So you're right about that at Fleming's. Zuzu says, my boss be looking too hard. Well, I've heard that a lot at, workplaces and whatnot. That, here we go again, man. Here we go again. I forgot to put the phone, like y'all referred me to put the phone on silence for when people call and whatnot, man. All right. Zulu said, my boss be looking too hard. Yeah, a lot of females go through that. A lot. Ever Faithful Podcast says, I've been very clear when it comes to my child, when it comes to an adult. I do not play about that. I teach my son about appropriate touch. Amen to that. Sister David says, bro, Tony, some people pick certain professions to hide behind. You're right. It says we have really, I guess you mean we have to really pray for our children before and after coming home from school. Amen to that. Prodigal son says that little girl is going to have a past. Most likely, probably. I think so. What's up to Bless Bless? Shout out to you. What's up to TNT? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Prodigal son says, I have 2 daughters. I'm not playing when it comes to being violated. Sister David says, it's clear the child unalive out of fear and defense. No child should have been placed in this position. That poor child is going to have to relieve this horrible experience. Need prayer and counseling. Fleming said, this is why I believe in homeschooling or online school. Tyree says, exactly, I want to protect my daughter at all costs. Holiness will keep her away from predators. All right, Zulu says, at 12 in Ethiopia countryside. Wow. 12 years old out there in Ethiopia. 12. What grown man will be interested in a 12-year-old? What grown man? And there's some sickos out here. Shout out to Chris Hansen, man, who do that show, How to Catch a Predator. Good show. All right. Let's see where we at. All right. Aaron Michael says, East Africa consent is 13 years of age. That's the law. 13 years old. Wow. Tyree says, that can happen everywhere. I can't stand it. I used to do that, man, at work, and now that I'm in holiness, I can't stand it. It irritates me. Fleming says, Muslims and Hindu cultures allow 8-year-olds to get married, but as virgins. Not that I agree, but that Aaron guy went too far. That wasn't a relationship. That was sexual abuse. 10 Ninja says, I don't harass women at work at all. Tyree says, boundaries is a must establish that. Ever Faithful, you says, men born in the early 80s and late 70s used to be annoying. Like, sir, I do not want you. Oh, man. Sister David says, amen. Say that again. Leave her alone. Go take a cold shower and pray over your lustful flesh. Not in all cases. Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of men out there are they just overdo it. They overdo it. You understand that? It's fine women walking by every day. I'm at work. It's fine women all over the place. You understand that? Even Gino talk about it. You understand that? And the video we put out, SEX and good looks. You're going to see attractive people all over the place. And you ain't going to say to yourself, that person's ugly. No. Be honest with yourself. But there's boundaries. All right, this is an attractive looking woman. All right, keep it moving. That's it. But some people, they just can't control themselves. They just got to try to talk and put, especially in the workplace. Especially, a woman working around that man 4 or 5 days out the week. In the same office setting? An annoying man? You understand? Some women not that it counts or anything like that. And of course, we don't condone it. But some women who are not married, they put a wedding ring on. But that still don't help. That still don't help the situation at all. The fella will stalk their Facebook. The sister will probably put up marriage status. That still don't work. You know, there's some fellas out there that just sick and will harass a woman all day. So search your social medias and all that. You know, especially if you got customers. You know, they'll search her name up. All right, let me see her LinkedIn. Let me see if she got a Facebook or Instagram. Let me like her picture so she can see who liked it, so she can look at my profile and see that it's me. Sickos. You understand? Sickos. All right? What's up to Shelly Moss? Shout out to you. um, NGR says everlasting. That older dude was probably the one to marry and take care of you. Appreciate that, Kurt Ellis. Appreciate that. Where we at? Brother Tyree says, that's why I pray to God every day about my lustful flesh. I was deep into lusting after women, and now I'm not like that anymore. I ask God to put my flesh under subjection every day. Wonderful. Wonderful for sure, man. You know, that's what's up, man. Honesty is good. You know what I mean? Definitely good. For sure. You know? What's up to Darryl Jones? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Nicole Morris says, I was that little girl in my childhood. Wow. Wow, that's a deep saying right there at Nicole Morris. You know? Fleming says, I remember when I was 12 and walking with my aunt, and a 30-year-old would be blowing me. My aunt would yell at them. Love how she verbally attacked them. For sure. All right. NGR says, well, those days are almost extinct. He's not even going to talk to each other in person. I don't know what you mean by that. Ever Faithful says, OMG, yes, stalk and find you on social media and IG sending messages. Yes. Yes. That's why if you go to like the hospital or the doctor, you know, whatever the case may be, people have their ID backwards. A lot of people who got those ID cards, you know, around their neck or whatever the case may be, they have them backwards. You understand that? Because there's a lot of creeps out here that will look for you on social media and whatnot. You know, me, if I had it, I wouldn't care. Let them search me out. Come across the truth of God. let them come across the truth of God. All right, Tony Harvin, most likely because of the algorithm, the truth of God videos will come. Let them come across that. Let the truth of God hit them. For real. You understand? Even when I used to put my name, I used to sign my name on a little signing sheet at you know, certain places I deliver. People would search you up. There was this one female I was delivering back in Jersey City. You know? Found me on Facebook. You know what I mean? I used to have to put my name up. Ah, man. In the North New Jersey school system. Man. I used to be like, man, I know how people are. They're going to search you up. But let them. Let them come across the truth of God. Seriously. Let it just hit. Let them get that whiff. Knock them straight. You know? All right? Nicole Martin says, he says, God already blessed me and brought me through safely without him breaking. I guess you're talking to TNT. He says, me TNT, I'm just fine. But when I see a person like Aaron Michaels talking crazy in the chat, I get some type of way. Wow. Sister David says, yes, we must be careful who you get hooked up with nowadays. Not a bad idea to get background checks and blood tests to avoid long-term pain and disappointment. Absolutely. Blood tests. Blood tests. You know you're courting somebody and whatnot. It's a good one. You understand? Background check. You know? And you could do your own background check, honestly. You said lie detector? I took a polygraph test. A polygraph test is like shaky. It's shaky, you know. it's shaky to me. You know, blood tests, background checks, a little bit more accurate. A lot of tests could work. Could, you know, it could work. And I wasn't on the Maury show neither when I took that test. Throw little trolls out there. You understand? All right? What's up to Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you. What's up to Cali Boy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Excuse me. Nicole Martin says, I don't know where you are in the world, but you will not get away dating a 13-year-old and 15-year-old here in the United States, and you're referring to Aaron Michaels. Like I said, Aaron Michaels, what interest does a grown man have in a 13-year-old or 15-year-old? What interest? Because it almost sounded like that's your kind of preference. If you see them be taken up, you understand that? If you see them be taken up for that at Mr. Aaron Michaels. All right. What's up to Blake's View? Shout out to you, Blake's View. I lost your comment. Forgive me for that, man. You know, this YouTube stuff, man, scrolls up by itself. All right, he says, what's up, bro? I saw you at the convocation the other day. The convo or the convocation at Blake's View? What up, what up? Blake's View, hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in to this In the News. You know, we tend to talk about the news, try once a week, maybe twice, we'll see. But thank you for joining us at Blake's View. All right. Fleming says, there's this story of a woman in the USA who gave her newborn to be held by some family member, a 13 to 16-year-old boy. He, with the baby, who unalive on the spot, he brought the unalive child to the mother. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That is sick. That's real sick. You know? Nicole Mars says, what Aaron Michaels don't know is I used to work for the police department in Florida. Wow. Gino P says, Chris Hansen is going to be looking for you, Aaron Michaels, for them comments, bro. Oh, man. It's Chris Hansen. Yeah, man. You know, it's a crazy situation. You know? We want to talk about this so-called pastor who was arrested also. This so-called pastor. You know? Out of South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina. Another creep. Another so-called pastor. Let me see if I can show it on the screen. And whatnot. Another so-called pastor. This is another so-called pastor right here. You know? Another so-called pastor. And whatnot. This is out of South Carolina. It says what they call him a former pastor, and his wife have been arrested in connection to a case involving crimes against minors. More pedophiles. More pedophiles. Professional positions that they have too. Irvin Wilson was charged with criminal sexual conduct with a minor. First degree in criminal sexual conduct with a minor. Third degree by the Richland County Sheriff Department. Wow. Rita Wilson was also arrested on July the 31st for unlawful conduct towards a child. Wow. The husband and wife. Husband and wife. You understand? Both Irwin and Rita Wilson were booked at Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center, but Rita has since been released on bond. Wow. He said he was previously a pastor, a realtor, and he ran for mayor of Columbia in 2010. A politician, huh? A politician. Wow, Irvin. And this is his wife right here. They had her right here. Let's see if we can show it. This is his wife. That's his wife. She kind of look like E.T. a little bit. His wife, you know, she giving me E.T. vibes. You know? Let's get back to these comments. Yeah, y'all funny. All right. Tyree says we must do whatever to protect our children, man. Just the thought of people that does that is just sickening. Absolutely. I agree with that. Sister David says, did they say what state that took place in for that 8-year-old that was unalive, that unalived their teacher? How old was the teacher? Teacher was 56, and it took place in Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Right? Nicole Martin says, Tony Aaron Michaels didn't say nothing else. He got quiet. He didn't even correct himself. Wow. That is true. Sister David says, amen. So-called is right. Sorry, but he almost looked like gospel singer Kirby Brown. Or Kirby Brown that used to sing with Hezekiah Walker. Fleming says, pastor and arrest shouldn't be in the same sentence unless it's being arrested for the kingdom, but religious perverts. There's a lot of them out there in the pulpit. A lot of them. Yeah, y'all funny, man. He said extraterrestrial. Cali boy, he said the so-called pastor and his wife both look like creeps. Oh yeah, man. These some creepy people out here, man. Creepy looking people. You understand? And a lot of people out here, you know, like them, they will put on this front like they're really for the people. But like I said all the time, a lot of them, like these two people or whatever the case may be, they had hidden agendas, just like that gym teacher and whatnot. There'll be more stories like this. There's gonna be more stories. Now we hope that stuff don't happen, man. You understand? You know, it's a good thing that people speak up. It's a good thing. You understand? Because if people don't speak up about it, you know, these fellas and all these women out here who is doing these hideous crimes and whatnot, they're gonna sweep it underneath the rug and nobody's gonna say nothing. And they're just gonna keep on doing it. You know what I mean? Just imagine how many times they have done it before they got caught. You understand that? Some of them don't have a background, criminal background that is. And they get caught for the first time. Not saying it's their first time doing it, but they get caught for their first time. That's why a lot of them kind of get off, because it's their first offense. There's no proof of other activity from before, which is sad. You understand? All right? You said they look like creeps. TNT says Starbucks is where young girls go to. He knew what he was doing, that creep. Wow. TNT says, wait, what? Not the first time? That's the devil for sure. Yeah, a lot of those so-called preachers out there who get caught, it'd be their first time getting caught and arrested for crimes like that. You know? It's just that, you know, and it's a terrible thing that a lot of them get away for 10, 20, 30 years. I think I did a story about, he had to be in the 70s or something like that. I can't really remember. And if he get caught for the first time at the age of 70 or 80, legally wise, imagine how many other people he, you know, done assaulted and stuff like that as when they was kids and what have you. Imagine that. Throughout all these years, a fella a so-called preacher committing those heinous crimes and never getting caught for 50, 60 years, and then get caught for the first time in 2024? How many kids he have hurt? How many people still dealing with that trauma in these days? How many? How many? You understand? All right. Let me see. TNT says, Lord help us. Mercy Carr says, that's really a shame. He said, this ain't no Romeo and Juliet story. Cordy M says, the judicial system moves slow, and it's your responsibility as a victim to hold everyone accountable. That's just the world. People can advocate, but it is work on the victim forever. I agree. There's some people out there who have been, touched on and stuff like that as kids, 30, 40 years. They're still living with it. They're still living with it. And the thing is, some kids tell their parents, in a lot of situations, it be the mother's boyfriends or the mother's, new husband, not the father of the child. And the child can go and tell, listen, mom, he did X, Y, and Z. And you don't believe the child. Don't believe the child. You understand that? A lot of people have been in situations like that. Whereas though that parent don't believe that whoever they courting or dating didn't do that. You understand? Which is sad. What's up to Ashley Hood? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. Cali Boy says, we really have to be grateful for the TOG, bro. And even being in holiness, we still have to be watchful. These are most definitely the last days. Shaking my head. Oh, yeah. Very, very watchful. There's a lot of pedos out here, man. A lot. A whole lot. I'm overprotective with my kids and what have you. If I got to miss a few extra hours at work just to go get them from school, hey, so be it. I want to rush home so I can go pick them up. You understand that? That's just me. I don't even want them riding on the school bus, getting dropped off. You know what I mean? Listen, a couple of extra hours at work, I don't care. Safety important. Safety first. I don't trust this male driver or female driver at all. You understand? So you're right about that, Cali Boy. Fleming says, it's weird how you're getting the comments. You're getting the comments not in the order as it appears on my screen. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. YouTube kind of been kind of strange today on my end. So I don't know if it's some type of glitch or connection. He says, unless you miss a lot of comments. I'm looking at the comments from my laptop. But seems like it's been a little glitch today with YouTube, on my end with some things. So I don't know what's going on with them. All right, Shelly Moss says, it's always come back to me when I hear about a child being hurt. TNT said, y'all seen the bus driver that closed the door on the kid and dragged them down the street? No. I didn't hear about that. Let me see if I can find it. School bus driver closes door on child. When was this? When was this? And where? Because there's a few incidents, like that on Google that I looked at. All right. Fleming says, trust me, you missed a lot of important comments. I don't. Hmm. I didn't see him. I don't know what's going on. At Fleming's. Frozen Mountain says, "Hello, family. How's everyone doing? All good. All good. All good." Courtney M says, "Tony, you can look up NYC drones deployed for rain event today. Drones? Drones NYC? Okay, I see. Hmm. Oh, I'm not in New York. Um, I'm not over there, but of course we got family members over there in Jersey. Um, mm, wow, that's the first time I'm hearing about something like that in reference to the uses of drones for the weather. Hmm. Very very interesting at Courtney M. All right, so this is 2015. Wow, this is 2015. Wow, man, I don't listen. I can't even watch this. Just by looking at it, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. You know. Mm. That's sad though, man. What up to Frozen Mountain? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. Courtney M says to warn the people. Cool. That's what's up. TNT says, I'm sorry, bro. I know it's rough. It's all good. But I gotta look at it because, gotta look at it, the YouTuber gotta look. Hmm. Oh wow. Normally, wow, that's crazy. Wow. Normally when the door is open, um, hmm. Normally when the door is open, the bus not supposed to move. Normally, you know. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Mm. She didn't even look at all. You're supposed to look. So, I believe it is the driver's fault. It is 100%. You know, she just looked at the girl going down the steps, and that was it. Mm, mm. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, TNT. Wow. Coleman says it was a custodian at my son's preschool helping kids out the car when he's supposed to be somewhere in the back of the school doing custodian work. Wow. Uh, D Rose says Tony repeat the topic from time to time so that new viewers can join the conversation. The topic is right there in the title section. It's right there in the title section, man. You know. All right. um, what we just it says in the news with Tony Harvin, man. Basically the foundation is we're just talking about the latest news. If anybody got any news that we may have missed, please allow us or please let us know about it and whatnot. All right. Um, what's up, the known unknown? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You know, I'm gonna see if I can find something with Gino talking about false prophets as we take a small intermission and whatnot. I had a video about this situation. I'm trying to think, really trying to think of that video that Gino is talking about. Situations like what we're talking about. See if we can find it right quick. Courtney M says, I know it's just technology update. He says, I observed. That's what's up. Tyrese says, I thank God for holiness. Holiness gives you a steady mind and watchful spirit for sure, and always keeps you on your toes. Can't afford to be unstable and not knowing what you're here for. Amen to that. Amen to that for sure. You know? Prodigal Son says, certain things I can't watch, especially when it's dealing with kids. Ever Faithful says, you have to be so mindful. I work in adult correction, and you'll be amazed by the stories you hear and read about offenders. Keep a close watch on your children. Courtney M says, lots of crime of LA public transportation. Oh yeah. You know, even in general. No says, very crazy. Shaking my head. He says, we gotta be serious out here. More serious out here, for sure. Absolutely. It's another story about this, what is that? The Sonia Massier, you know, the police officer who unalived her. This is crazy. So, one of the stories that's coming out the Washington Post, it says a deputy charged in the unaliving unarmed Sonia Massier claimed to fear for his life. Well, the police officer who was arrested for that crime, he claimed that he was scared for his life. This is coming out of the Washington Post. Sean Grayson, charged with murder after shooting a woman during a 911 response, said he thought the pot of water she held was a threat. He had previously been flagged for impulsive decision making. You feared for your life? Hot water. You feared for your life. Hot water. Now, the woman is over there when she was like 10, 15 feet away or something like that. You told her to turn the water off, right? She could have been making coffee, oodles and noodles, tea, hot chocolate. You said, go turn it off. After she complied, they said, okay, you know, she's going to do it. You took the initiative to pull out your firearm? I don't get it. How could, even if that was the case, how can boiling water from a distance be a threat, whereas though you had to unalive her with a gun? You fear for your life? You're a police officer? You fear for your life? This woman, not that it's about size or anything, but you fear for your life? Really? Water? Water. That's not going to get you out of there, buddy. You understand that? That's not going to help. That's not going to help. You was better off saying, listen, I apologize. Took responsibilities for the crime. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Whatever my consequences are, I'm ready to deal with it. Of course, also repent. You know what I mean? But you just digging, he's digging himself in a deeper ditch. Deeper ditch. You fear for your life, water. You're a police officer. And certain levels of force that you learn in the academy. You understand? That you are taught to use in certain situations. That wasn't a high level. That wasn't even a threat. She was the victim. How can you turn a situation, the victim, into a suspect? You could tell he was looking for something. Oh, what's that car over there, XYZ? You could have been on your merry way going home, you know, having a nice little dinner with your wife. You worried about other stuff. You trying to create more paperwork for yourself. Nah, buddy. All right, everything's cool over here. Let's get up out of here. You know, we don't see nobody. I ain't looking for nothing. I'm gonna need the right paperwork on. We did our job here. We did the best we could do. We looked around. Everything's secure. Are you okay, woman? You safe and sound? All right, good. God bless. Have a good night. Simple. I ain't. Oh, what's that black car over there? Is that yours? Nah. I'm trying to go home. You understand? Boiling water? Wow. She could be heating up the house. Something. Lemon tea. Water? You fear for your life over water? That's crazy, man. All right. Where we at? Let me see if I can play this video by Gino as we take a small intermission. Let's see.
Now, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3. Listen. Now we're at verse 24. Follow me.
Let's see.
But the attorney now, I can't look at. He's more deeper than your. Let me prove this by the Bible. I want all you attorneys, the fire holy lawyer.
Yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers.
Yes.
Now in the book of Saint. That's right.
And sometimes pressure. One. Many men and women are in color.
So this video, Gino is talking about lawyers and police officers right here. Good video. Great video right here. The one that I want.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
So he's talking about lawyers more so in the beginning.
At a time, the worst enemy of some clients is their own lawyer.
Because of unrighteous dealings.
Listen.
Now in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10 and verse 8.
What is it?
Because of
man or that young girl can go to jail. Renting drugs. Desperate to solve a case.
There you go.
Had planted out of such injuries.
And riches got by deceit.
Many policemen had planted drugs.
That's right.
Planted guns. Planted unlawful things.
That's right.
You know, sometimes, not all, but sometimes policemen get desperate to solve a case. Lingering too long. Because the community is crying out to arrest somebody. So to get the community off their back, they start planting drugs, planting weapons. So that young man or that young girl can go to jail. Some police are so wicked, they tell their young boy, if you don't plead guilty, we can cause a lot of problems for your family.
That's true.
Only hell-bound men like that.
That's right.
So a lot of them that advertise, what is that they have written on their cars? To serve and protect. Honor, protect, and serve. Some live up to it.
Some. Not
many. Some honor the dollar.
Yeah.
Some protect their own.
That's right.
And some serve only their own pockets and their own interests.
That's right.
There's some good stuff right here. You know what I mean? So this one is called Lawyers and Police Officers. That video by Pastor Gino Jennings. What up to Luke? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. What's up to Sister Davis? He says, I'm sorry. Even if you seek counseling for your past violations, if you were a child pedo, I don't think you should be allowed to work in a daycare or school system, like putting in alcoholic in a bar to work. Very interesting. Tyrese says, a pot of water? Wow. He says, you fear water? Man, that's just crazy. You shoot because of water. The gun should have not been drawn. Always quick to pull a gun, man. Have to get corrected, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I lost the comment. Please forgive me. Let me go with this YouTube glitch again. TNT says Ballin' One ain't no joke, but he ain't have to shoot her. Shelly Moss says she saw the devil in his face. That's why she said Jesus and ducked down. Nicole Moss said it's really all just the devil, Courtney. That's why we got to pray more harder. Absolutely. I agree with that. At Nicole Martin. Oh, that was Tyree. Excuse me. Luke said yes, that level of force is a last resort. Oh yeah. What's up to Beverly Palmer? Shout out to you. Courtney M says there is a pre-story telling always more to the story. Well, it could be true, but it could be true. But a lot of people go by what they see on the camera. All right, Fleming says, that cop don't take showers or baths. He afraid of water. Afraid of water. TNT says, I respect your opinion, Courtney, but I just don't understand why he went for the kill. D. Rose says, let the blessings rest, Sister D and Brother Tony. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You understand? It seemed like you have like a, I don't want to say controlling, but you kind of coming off like demanding. It's like you mentioned about, you says, let the people know the topic, or again, for the new people coming in. You know what I mean? And then you says, let the blessings rest, Sister D and Tony. You understand that? It seems like you have like a, kind of like a demanding type of persona about yourself. You understand? You know what I mean? Chill. Just take a chill pill. You understand? Take a chill pill. Relax. Calm down. We got this. We got this. This is a YouTube channel. We got this. You understand? All right? Luke says, OFC, that's also true, Courtney. He says they will be assessing the facts to determine whether the officer is still fit for his job. What? Why would they even consider something like that? Why would they even consider? What? I mean, they see the video right there. Why would they even consider to see if this officer is still fit for the job? That's very interesting. Fleming says, TNT, you said, don't tell Tony what to do. Man, that'd be hilarious. It's funny. I find stuff like that funny. I find it hilarious. I appreciate advice in general. You know what I mean? But sometimes, folks may come off like, do this way, do that way. Huh? All right. Fleming says the moment, excuse me, the moment you come out your mother's womb, you're just not safe. The only safe place in the world is in the will of God. Absolutely. Sister David says, you're right. I finally saw the TOG documentary in its entirety. I almost nodded off a couple of times, not because it was boring, but just long, but I enjoyed it. Wonderful. Wonderful. It sure was. You understand? Excellent documentary. Luke says, I don't know the details. I'm a bit behind. Didn't see the video. Oh, you didn't see the video of the cop in Sonya? Wow. What's up to B. Holy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you at B. Holy. Shelly Moss says, cover up. This is what the police do when they get caught. Cover up. So we got another photo in the thumbnail, which is LeBron James and Bronny I haven't really got a chance to talk about that situation and whatnot with LeBron James and Bronny James. You know, I see a lot of people hating and whatnot. Why is it that when folks on social media, not all, but the majority of them, when they see something like that, father and son doing positive, not getting arrested, not doing drugs or anything like that, it's still a problem. It's still a problem to people out there that a father is trying to show his son the way, and not with drugs, not with guns, not with being a gang member or anything like that. People still have issues with that. Still. You know what I mean? So what is it going to be? You want to see a man get arrested? You want to see the son get arrested also with the father? Or you want to see a man bring his son up away from drugs, away from the gang life, away from all that nonsense? You understand? All right. Sister David says, can we discuss some of your favorite highlights from the documentary? Like, one of my favorite parts was seeing Wayne Smith on there. Oh, man. Yeah. On there. Look just as funny then as he does now. Wow. Tyree says, I enjoy tuning into your channel while I'm at work. It's always it's always positive things to see and talk about with others, keeping things holy in conversation. Love it. For sure. Appreciate that. I like to talk about stuff like this especially with LeBron, Bronny, Deion Sanders and his sons and whatnot. Of course they famous for sports and whatever the case may be, and they get looked at. You understand that? Now, hypothetically speaking, what if they took the wrong route? Oh wow, they should have stayed in school and stuff like that. Now that you see what Deion and what LeBron is doing, it's still a problem. Still a problem. You understand that? Still a problem. Well-off media. And that's a good YouTube channel. I like that channel, Well-Off Media. You understand that? When they first went to Colorado and Deion was giving that speech, oh man. It almost felt like I was a football player. That's how coaches do. Wow. You know what I mean? So I watched that YouTube channel also, Well-Off Media. And they also had one with Deion and Andre Rison. You understand? When they were speaking about their situations when they was at Atlanta playing for the Falcons. Right? Courtney M says, I watch for the workouts. Cali Boy says, you're right, T. I guess if he puts him in a like D Wade, it'll be okay. Isn't that something? They praise D Wade for that. They praise him for that. Bronny get drafted number 55. He's a cool kid. From what I see. And from my knowledge, he ain't on social media, all these iced out chains, rapping, ratchetness, and whatnot, being a goon, a thug. They got a problem with him getting drafted number 55. They got a problem with him getting some time in the summer league. They got a problem. People got problems with that. He scored 2 points in a game. Oh, he sucked. He's trash. That's it for him. What? Wow. That's crazy, man. But you're right at Cali Boy. You're right. You're right. Where we at, man? I missed the comment. Luke says you're in Ireland. Sister David says discuss the highlights of the documentary. That'd be a good one. We could do that tomorrow. We could do that tomorrow. I mean that'd be something good to do tomorrow for sure. You know. Appreciate that, Tyree. Definitely do. That'll be part 2. Ever Faithful says, I think it's about jealousy within the black community. We need to adopt the same mindset of unity and support for our community that other races have for theirs. You're right. You know, it's not much unity. They see somebody successful, they see somebody doing good, they want to spew out jealousy. They want to see them fall instead of encouraging them. I want to encourage as much people as I can. I want to see people win at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's enough out here in general. You know, but you're right about that. And Ever Faithful. Courtney M says hard work and patience. Cali Boy says the kid can actually ball. Yeah, he's good. He's real good. You know, just need some time and stuff like that to develop. You know, in general, it's time. And folks treating him like he was a number 1 pick, number 55. He's still doing okay as a number 55 pick, for sure. You know? Sister David says, do you know if Peter Cox seen the documentary? I saw his late pastor on there. Nice seeing the children testifying. I don't know if Peter Cox seen the documentary. That I don't know. You know, I haven't heard from Peter Cox. I don't go on his YouTube channel. You know, but let's just check out his channel right now. What is his channel? I'm just going to type in Peter Cox. What is Peter Cox YouTube channel? What is his channel? I typed in Peter Cox. Y'all let me know what's his YouTube channel. All Truth. I think it's The Rock. All Truth The Rock. All Truth The Rock. All Truth 64. All Truth 64. Okay, all right. The Rock, All Truth 64. So, I'm looking on his page right now. Wow, he got some stuff on here that I wasn't aware of. I'm just looking at like the titles and whatnot. He says, Mr. Ham told a late night lie. This guy's funny. So he got my my video up. He says, Gino changed his narrative from flesh and blood to spirit. He said, Tony Harvin is taking social media too personal. I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea. You understand that? Peter Cox, lay off the cat and dog, man. Because I don't know what you're referring to. And I ain't watching that video either. So he haven't put nothing out in 2 days, so I don't know what's going on with him. You know, in general, of course, we hope the best for people, that they, you know, and good well-beings, for sure. But hey, whatever, you know. All right, let's click off. I ain't watching none of his videos. No offense. TNT says, oh yeah, he been going in. Oh man. Sister Davis. All right. Fleming says, TNT, he hasn't physically seen me. He tries hard to get my attention. That story I gave about me at 12. Some of the guys look like Wayne Smith. Wow. Y'all funny, man. Prodigal Son says, Bronny didn't earn his way to the NBA. Bron has pulled that never happened in the NBA. Well, Bronny's good. I mean, you can't take that away from him. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, pull happens. You know, when it comes to it can happen in sports. I mean, look what happened to Antonio Brown. You know, when he went to the Buccaneers, Tom Brady helped out. You know what I mean? Tom Brady helped Antonio Brown get to the Bucks. And what happened? They won the Super Bowl, right? So stuff like that do happen, you know, in general. But it's just that, you know, a lot of people don't like LeBron. For what reason? I don't know. You know, when other people do it, when other people pull other individuals to join in the team, it's an issue. It's an issue. You know? You say he's not good. Yeah, he is good. You know what I mean? I mean, he's scoring. You know what I mean? Number 55. Pick. Hey, you may say he's not good, but, you know, the office in LA, they found interest to sign him. You know? All right? Where we at? Prodigal Son, he says, all the NBA players in my era don't agree with Bronny going to the NBA through Bron's hookups in spite of his heart issues. Tyrese says, what's crazy is that Gino spoke on this. We don't down that person because he is moving up. We are to encourage him, but it's up for him to not let that wealth overtake him. Then God, he says, God is first. Wonderful. Express says, The Rock all lies. He says, prayers for the young brother. TNT, absolutely. Luke says, still developing. Prodigal Son says, it's a Cali thing. We don't like Bron. Gino P says, Bronny ain't good. He should have stayed in college and get some seasoning in him. Not NBA ready. Okay, I mean, you know, you got some people for Bronny, you got some against him and whatnot. Hey, it is what it is. We shall see what he can do in the next couple of years. But more so, I was talking about, you know, what people don't encourage. You know, some people look at Bronny as not being a good ball player. Right? Okay, that's fine. You understand that? But one has to agree that it's much better to see him doing that than, you know, a lot of these folks out here. As far as like going to prison, drugs, violence, and things like that. It's not too many fathers out here to show the kids the way. It's not too many. Especially in the minority community. You understand? That's what I'm more so talking about. But some think Bronny's not good in ball. Hey, cool. I think he's okay. I'm not saying he's spectacular or anything like that. He's okay. He needs some development. Of course. That I understand. You know? Prodigal Son says, Bronny is keeping it right, being positive. Okay, cool. All right, we're coming to a conclusion. We're coming to a conclusion to this live. We're coming to a conclusion to this live in general. We will be having a discussion later with Captain Tazariak. He will be on 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The discussion will be on reincarnation. Reincarnation. Where do we go after we die? Where do we go after we die? That is the discussion later on and whatnot. I'll set it up and whatnot. I might put the link publicly today in the chat room. We will see. Express says Peter Cox takes his false doctrine too personal. Let's see. Tyrese says, I think he is okay, but it's all about development. Gino P says, no, I better say he's not NBA ready. I retract my words. He's good, just need development. For sure, for sure. For sure. All right, we're going to end this live, Lord willing. I'll see y'all later on the discussion on the StreamYard. We will be on the StreamYard. I might use my phone for behind the scenes purposes, but for the most part, we most likely will be on the StreamYard where as though folks will come on there and, join the conversation. Where do we go after we die? I believe he believes in reincarnation. I think he believes in reincarnation. No heaven, no hell. Pretty interesting topic. Pretty interesting. He said, oh boy. The man probably believes in reincarnation. I got to reread that text. I got to reread it to make sure I'm right. Well, he will explain his belief more so verbally about where do we go after we die. All right, so Lord willing, I'll see y'all later on around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was a blessing for y'all to come on here to join this conversation in reference to In the News. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. May you all have a wonderful and blessed day. All right? I'm out. Peace.